If you love $9 Monday and $2 Tuesday, you're really going to appreciate our new Throwback Thursday when all daily packages are slashed in half. Yes, you heard right. At both WagerTalk.com and SportsMemo.com, all Thursday daily packages are now 50% off. This means that a 4% package will be only $12.50. A 5% top-rated play, normally priced at $35, will be only $17.50. And the hottest sales item of the day, get a full day of access from the handicappers of your choice. That's one day of every applicable play they release, including any 5% best bets, normally priced at $39, for only $19.50. The best part is you can come back every Thursday to take advantage of this limited time 50% off spring off.
Hey guys, welcome in and a very happy Thursday to you here. The NBA tip-off show powered by WagerTalk.com. Plenty going on across the sports betting landscape here. Opening day, Major League Baseball NIT in college hoops has a championship game here tonight. NHL, big slate on the ice, and the NBA, well, just two games on the slate here tonight. We're going to cover both of those for you here today. And we're going to do it, of course, with three of the best at Wager Talk and or SportsMemo.com as we welcome in the pen. Mr. Ralph Michaels ready to roll here today, as is Dwayne Bryant in the house, ready to go on a packed slate of sports betting here this evening, and nobody better on the hardwood than our good friend, Mr. Kabang, Ronald Kabang, UCapper there at sportsmemo.com. Gentlemen, welcome in. A lot going on right now. I forgot golf. That's also happening. So a little something for everybody here today. Ralph, did anything happen to make your card either in the association here or any of the other sports we got going tonight?
Yeah, I am one that, we did the baseball guide, and just a reminder, the baseball guide is still free on my homepage. It's a collaboration of a bunch of guys. I take baseball slow to start. With college basketball ending, I'm not one of those guys that knows every pitcher, knows every roster move. So I start with a lot of two stars early. I do have a couple of baseball plays. I have an NBA play, and I have an NHL play available right now. And remember, today is the first Thursday that we've done a 50% off package Thursday. That's at Sports Memo and at Wager Talk. No coupon needed. You can even get a one-day all access for half price for $19.50. That special is going to go all the way through the second week of June until summer officially starts. So pay attention to Wager Talk and Sports Memo on Thursdays.
Outstanding stuff. All right, good job. I said the Yankees would go undefeated this year, and I'm pretty much spot on here. Dwayne Bryant, how about you, my friend? A lot going on in the world of sports today. What made your card, if anything, tonight?
Well, I passed on the three-game basketball slate today. I did release one MLB play for subscribers, which is rare for me to have an opening day play. I'm a guy that usually likes to sit back and watch a game or two from each team before I get involved. But I did like one game today, so I did give that out. I also do have a special deal going right now where you can get 50% off a 7-day all-access or longer sub by using coupon code DB50 at checkout. That coupon code can be used as many times as you'd like through Friday at midnight. It's a great way to join me long-term at half the price. It'll include my NCAA Final Four and title game plays, and I have hit 63% on the NCAA tournament this year. It will also include any and all NBA and MLB plays as well. Again, that's coupon code DB50 for 50% off my all-access packages 7 days or longer. Use it as many times as you want. Now through Friday at midnight. Dwayne Bryant, WagerTalk.com.
All right, good stuff there, Dwayne. Yep, still a couple of more college hoops games coming up. But, hey, The NBA playoffs just around the corner, Mr. Kabang. I know you're excited about that. Get rid of some of this craziness here at the end of the regular season. Did you get anything that made the card here tonight over at sportsmemo.com?
Yeah, I got two NBA plays up that made the card. Initially, it was just one, but I added one late after doing some deep dive. But I'm actually liking the two that I ended up putting. I'll talk about one of them in the best bet section today.
All right. See, well, there you go, guys. 2 games on the board. Hell, let's just break them both down, see if we can find some edges and plays we like. And we will start with, well, the Beasts of the East. How about it? Boston taking on the Milwaukee Bucks here tonight. 2.5 is what that Bucks number is holding strong at right now. 237, it looks like, is the total. Not a ton of movement thus far. Still no ruling on Robert Williams III or Grant Williams there for Boston. Not a whole lot yet listed for the Bucks, but they are in the second of a back-to-back, even though, well, I mean, they played what last night there, Ralph? What did Giannis and company play? Maybe 30 minutes, if that. I know Middleton didn't play last night. I'm assuming he's going tonight at home. What are you looking at here in this matchup?
Yeah, you talk about Giannis. 32 minutes he played, Joe. 38 points, 17 rebounds, and 12 assists. That's not a bad 32 minutes. So, you put up those kind of numbers. Wow. And I guess if Drew Holloway is going to shoot 20 of 30, and put up 51 points, his arm may be tired from tossing them up. I actually thought the number was sort of cheap with the Bucks. I have the Bucks power rated just about a bit higher than Boston. But again, the scheduling situation negates that. First thing I wanted to look at was this. We have the number 1 and number 2 teams in the East. Is this normally a playoff type mentality that you think defensive game? So when I went to the database and I looked at teams that both had a win percentage of 65% or higher, and we were at least 40-plus games into the season. So we're talking the second half of the season. The elite teams are the win percentage, again, of over 65%. The home team, even, 39, 39, and 7, 50%. But the over-under is what I expected, going 28 overs, 47 unders. So we're 62.7% to the under when these two elite teams face off late in the year. When I broke down these teams against winning opponents, I really got a shocking result. I knew Boston was doing well against winning teams. When I broke down the Celtics this year against teams with a win percentage of 60% or higher, Boston has gone 10-5 ATS, and they've won 11 of those 15 games straight up. When I looked at Milwaukee against teams that have a win percentage of 60% or higher, they are only 2-5 straight up. They're 0-7 ATS. Their average line is minus 1.8. So they're only 2-5 straight up with an average line of being a 2-point favorite. And they're getting outscored by 8 points per game. So that means they're failing to cover those games by almost 10 points per game. So that has me on an opinion on Boston, and I will go with the opinion on the under as well.
On the under as well. All right. It is obviously not the playoffs, but it does seem, I mean, it had some juice, right? Milwaukee's got, what, a 3-game lead over Boston now? I think its magic number is 4. There's 6 games to play here, Dwayne. Did you find any angles in this one we should pay attention to?
Yeah, I mean, you just mentioned it. If Boston has any chance to catch Milwaukee for that top spot in the East, they've got to get this game. And I think even if they get this game, they're still going to come up short. But mathematically, their chances are obviously a lot better should they win this one. They're coming off a 19-point loss as an 11-point road favorite at Washington. I've got to assume they were looking ahead to this game. Boston's 3-0 straight up, 2-1 against the spread on the road, off a loss as a double-digit favorite. but they were the favorite in all three of those games. They find themselves in the dog role here tonight. Also note that it was 3-0 to the under in those three games, and under by 18.5 points per game. Looking at the Milwaukee side, they're off a revenge road win at Indiana last night. They are 4-0 straight up in ATS at home without rest, and that includes 2-0 straight up in ATS if they were on the road the night before. And looking at the recent history between these teams, if you go back to the 2020 regular season, just looking at the regular season games, Boston's covered 9 straight against Milwaukee in the regular season. And the over is 8-1, including 5-0 in Milwaukee. But that over series history gets dampened a little by the fact that if you take out an overtime period against Cleveland in early November, the under is 13-0 this season when Boston is on the road and the line is between the threes, and that's exactly what we have tonight. Milwaukee has gone under in 5 of 7 games this season at home, also when the line is between the threes. It's a late season game between the East's top 2 teams. I'm expecting to see playoff type basketball here with a little more emphasis on defense than we're used to seeing. So I'm going to buck the recent regular season series history here, pun intended, and I'm going to lean to the under as well.
Also leaning towards the under. Ronald Kabang, you capper. Do we need Robert Williams III, Grant Williams in this game to feel better about Boston, or how are you approaching this one?
No, I think I'm with the guys here. I do like Boston. I do like the under a little bit more. A lot of the trends and analytics that they just brought up are some of the things that I looked at as well. I mean, they talk about it from a league-wide perspective, but some things also point to it from a team perspective. We look at the Celtics here as road dogs specifically this season, average combined score of about 226 per game. That's well below what we see as far as the total right now, 237. Some stuff on the Bucks side here as well. On the second leg of back-to-back games, they do well in that spot. They are 8-1-2 against the spread, but 8-3 to the over. That's what I was kind of more focusing in on, averaging 115.4 per game, allowing 109.4. Again, well below what we see as far as the total at 237. Some of the things I did like the Celtics. I feel like situationally, the Bucks are in a very like fatigue spot. I think this is like their 5th and 7th, 4th and 6th game, 3rd and 4, and then back to back. Obviously, I know Middleton didn't play, but I'm seeing sort of a letdown here. You look at them scoring over 130 points. You've seen Drew score 50. You got Giannis scoring 38 or whatever it might have been yesterday. For me, I think this is a letdown spot on the Bucks side. The Celtics, they just lost by 19 to the Wizards here. I think they bounce back and get the win tonight. But like the guy said here, I'm expecting a playoff atmosphere type game, slower pace, every possession counts. The defense is showing up. So yeah, I would look towards the Celtics and the under in this game.
All right. Looking towards the Celtics and the under. Seems to be a pretty good consensus there, guys. That's your first game, 7:30 Eastern time tip. Let's take a look here at the late game as the Denver Nuggets going to be hosting the New Orleans Pelicans. They came back down to reality, didn't they? They now, though, have to go to Denver. Denver trying to wrap this number 1 seed up here. Ralph, I think their magic number is 3 right now. 5.5 is the number, 226.5. Jokic appeared on the questionable list there. Not sure if we have anything updated. Not seeing the line do a whole lot. But at 5.5 here, Denver winners of what? 5 of their last 6, 226.5. How do you approach this game, Ralph?
Yeah, Denver 4 straight wins. And you look at Denver's logs. I mean, their shooting logs are amazing. 2, 4, 6, 8 straight games shooting 50% or higher. That's an incredible run, especially since 5 of those games were on the road because they went to Toronto, Detroit, New York, Brooklyn, and Washington, came back. And you might say this is a scheduled letdown spot. And I can understand that because you hosted Milwaukee, you hosted Philadelphia, and then you go to Phoenix now with Durant on deck tomorrow, so you have no rest. I break it down, and I wanted to play Denver. The situation with the scheduling spot kept me off them. But when I went to the database, I pulled up an incredible number at the end. And, you know, I look at the Pelicans against winning teams. And while New Orleans has made a nice run, an impressive run without Williamson, they're still 11 and 23. That's 32.4% against the spread against teams with a win percentage over 50%. So any type of winning record. But when you look at the Pelicans against winning teams, when they're a dog of 3 or more, they're 1 and 20 straight up, and they're 3-17 and 1, 15% against the spread. That type of situation, allowing 52% 3 games ago, allowing 52.4% against Golden State. You see they have some defensive numbers that can collapse. I'm going to go Denver first half here. I think Denver if they have a lead in the second half with Phoenix on deck tomorrow playing, I think they may sit some guys, but I think Denver jumps out. New Orleans in a situation where they went at Portland, at Golden State back-to-back. Now they're playing the third game in 4 nights against Denver. I think Denver pushes the pace early against a team that may be a little bit tired. Give me Nuggets first half.
Nuggets in the first half to get it done here. Dwayne, how about you in this matchup? Pelicans and Nuggets here tonight.
Well, the spread has moved a couple points towards New Orleans. The total has dropped a few points as well. And the Denver team total went from 121, and the last time I looked, it was all the way down to 116. These line moves are 100% having to do with the status of Nikola Jokic. Like you said, he's been questionable all day. I'm operating under the impression that he's not going to play. So that's how I'm going to approach this game. And my first thought, when I considered that, okay, he's not going to play, is I wanted to use the injured star angle here, where we back a team in its first game without its star player. But then you look, and Denver's only 2-3 straight up in its first games without Jokic this season, including 1-1 straight up in ATS as a home favorite. So I think the better way to go here and the better way to approach this game, assuming Jokic is out, is to look at the total. Denver's gone under in 6 straight games. New Orleans has gone under in 12 of their last 15. The Pelicans have the #1 defensive rating since the All-Star break. And Denver's averaged just 105.6 points per game in their 8 games without Joker this season. They did average 112 points per game in 3 home games without him, but that average is skewed a lot by a 134-point effort against an Indiana team that just doesn't play defense. Denver's D also steps up when Jokic is out. They've allowed just 106 points per game at home without him. So I'd have to lean full game under and also Denver team total under in this one.
All right, good stuff there. Good approach. They do have, again, this is the first of a back-to-back here. Mr. Kabang, that for the Denver Nuggets. So Jokic doesn't go tonight. They do have Phoenix tomorrow. They'll travel there for that second game, which is intriguing. But if he doesn't go, what happens to this line tonight the minute he gets ruled out here? Is there any angle we should be looking at for this matchup? Oh, is this the miming time? Is this where we mime the hold on, let me see what it. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Yeah, I was looking at it the way Dwayne was looking at it as well. With the downgrade of Jokic, I think he might end up not playing today, especially with the Suns on deck. There's really not a lot of motivation for him to probably play this game here. I know there's a lot of motivation on the Pelican side though, because they're tied in for that 8th, 9th spot here with the Lakers, and they're 1 or 2 games off. Just not even being in the play-ins right now. So every game counts to close out the season here. For me, like Dwayne said, without Jokic, they've only averaged 105.6 per game in those 8 games. They failed to reach 100 points in 5 of those. And he mentioned that team total as well, going down to 116. In those 8 games, they went under that number in seven of them. So I would look towards that team total under as well. The full game under also makes sense. The Pelicans are actually first in the league in defensive rating post All-Star break. So they've been keying in on the defensive side of the ball. For me, Dwayne also mentioned that 6 straight unders on the Nuggets side. So I just look to see that the Nuggets are going to struggle offensively here. The Pelicans offensively, they haven't been too consistent on that side of the ball, but I do trust their defense in this one, especially if Jokic sits. So I would look towards that full game under and also that team total under as well.
All right, there you go. A couple of different ways here to approach these two games here tonight, guys, as Celtics, Bucks, Pelicans, and the Nuggets. And now just two games on the card, but let's see if these guys have a play they like a little bit more than the rest. It's for best bets. All right, let's check it out. Ralph, of course, you are going to go first for us here today with the pen. Celtics, Bucks, Pelicans, and the Nuggets. Give us a best bet here tonight.
You know, Joe, I used a 2% play on the under in Denver and New Orleans. I'll just reemphasize some things that we said. Under the total, New Orleans 3-12 their last 15, 1-7 over under their last 8 road games. Nuggets 0-6 over under since March 16th. And you know, both Ronald and Dwayne and I, all three of us, talk about trends and angles. And while we give an ATS or an over-under number, it's as important to know the margin. So there's not randomness. If you're an ATS and you have an ATS margin of 1 or 2 points, that means a missed bucket or a made bucket could have changed those results. The Nuggets, 6 straight unders since March 16th. They've been going under the total by 7.0 points per game. That clearly puts them in a very positive threshold for me. Under the total, New Orleans and Denver.
Wow, you buzzed him. I mean, 3 seconds left. You wouldn't even let him get by there. I didn't hear anything about Houston, man. You just slapped right on him. I was gonna say, what was that? You didn't even bring up Houston. Damn. All right, under it is here. Sounds like if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of situation. Talk to us here, Dwayne. 60 seconds. I can't promise your ass ain't gonna get buzzed early, apparently. So, what do you got rolling for us here tonight?
Well, I'm going to go back to the game we just talked about. I'm going to go with that Denver team total under. They've gone under 6 straight games. New Orleans gone under in 12 of the last 15. They have the #1 defensive rating since the All-Star break. And again, I'm approaching this game like Jokic isn't playing. Without him, they've only averaged 105.6 points per game. So, yeah, I'm going to take that Denver team total under. That was 116 last I checked. Also, don't forget, head over to my page on the WagerTalk website there. Use coupon code DB50. It'll get you 50% off any all-access package 7 days or longer. You can use it as many times as you want between now and Friday at midnight. It's a great way to join me long-term, which is always recommended, and join me long-term at a great discount. Again, that's DB50, Dwayne Bryant, WagerTalk.com.
All right. Good stuff there, Dwayne. And over at sportsmemo.com, you'll find Ronald Kabang, host of Triple Double here, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on both Sports Memos YouTube as well as Wager Talks YouTube. Talk to us here, Ronald. 60 seconds. Which one of these are you leaning towards?
Yeah, first, I like both of the games that Ralph and Dwayne brought up, but I'm going to go back to that first one that we talked about, the Celtics and the Bucks here. I like that full game to go under the 237. I feel like the number's going in the wrong direction here. I talked about some of the trends earlier. The Celtics as road dogs averaging a combined score of 226. We got the Celtics 6-3 to the under on the road versus conference opponents with a winning record there. And over there, there's an average score of 216 and 0.5. So a lot of these trends and angles, and also like what Ralph mentioned, the margins that we're looking at here, all well below the current total of 237. So I would look in that direction here. And like you said, catch me on the Sports Memo Triple Double Show Monday, Wednesday, or Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard. I also do my own show on my YouTube channel, UCapper Sports. Let's Cap. You could follow me on Twitter as well. You'll find all my information there.
All right, you're done is what I love it. Outstanding stuff here. And guys, of course, just to recap, we've got Ralph Michaels on the under tonight with New Orleans and Denver, 226.5. Dwayne, he's going to look at that team total. He's going to go under 116. Anticipation is no Jokic here tonight. Tomorrow night against Phoenix, though, Denver in Phoenix. Keep an eye on that one. While Ronald Cabangi's going to go to that first game here tonight, Boston and Milwaukee. He, too, thinks the under might not be the bad way to look here at 237. And if you visit both Ralph and Dwayne over at WagerTalk.com, head over their pages. Both told you guys are ready to go. Still, plenty of, we got some really important college basketball games coming up here over the next couple of days. Plenty of NBA playoffs, not to mention, of course, the start of Major League Baseball. Ronald Cabang over at sportsmemo.com. He's got you covered as well here, guys. So no reason not to end March on a profitable note, of course, and head right into April. That's right, April 2023. Craziness. We've got you here. We'll be back again tomorrow. Much bigger slate of games tomorrow in the association. We've got you covered heading into the weekend. And, of course, until then, on behalf of Ralph, Dwayne, and Ronald Cabang, guys, we appreciate the time. Best of luck with all your plays here tonight. We'll talk to you again tomorrow. Good luck.
If you love $9 Monday and $2 Tuesday, you're really going to appreciate our new Throwback Thursday when all daily packages are slashed in half. Yes, you heard right at both WagerTalk.com and SportsMemo.com. All Thursday daily packages are now 50% off. This means that a 4% package will be only $12.50. A 5% top-rated play, normally priced at $35, will be only $17.50. And the hottest sales item of the day, get a full day of access from the handicappers of your choice. That's one day of every applicable play they release, including any 5% best bets normally priced at $39 for only $19.50. The best part is you can come back every Thursday to take advantage of this limited time 50% off spring off.